Behind the ornate scrolls and golden vaults of the Vatican's inner sanctum lies an unsettling body. Tonight, we delve into the hidden pages, documents rarely seen by outsiders, that suggest the Vatican isn't just watching the end times, but preparing for them. Accessible only to a select few cardinals and theologians. While public church teaching discusses general eschatology, leaked internal memos show far more detailed content, plans, warnings, and contingency strategies. Predictions of a great apostasy, where faith collapses. Globally, identification of false prophets within ecclesiastical ranks. A structured tribulation period with timelines and events. Later emerging as an antichrist figure, these documents are said to be kept in a classified section of the Vatican Apostolic Library, according to internal sources. And some references suggest the Vatican estimates a coming tribulation within the century. Cards discuss scenarios where church leaders may betray core teachings. The response? A plan for prelate resistance camps, theological retraining, and secret safe havens. Prompting a public collapse in trust. Phase 1, a collapse in global faith, marked by mass apostasy in major Christian nations, anticipated 1 year before the real second coming, vetted strictly through Vatican clerical councils. Phase 2, rise of a charismatic, godlike leader promising unity. While such systems haven't been revealed, they suggest the Church is imagining a future where spiritual identity could be monitored digitally. Phase 3, persecution of devoted Catholics and bishops who refuse to bend. Phase 4, a final showdown before divine intervention and the eventual second coming. What's startling? These phases are outlined with time windows. The Pope's inner circle reportedly has one doctrine sheet warns of infiltration at the highest levels. The Vatican apparently predicts internal schisms, hypocritical priests, and cardinals swayed by power or ideology. This suggests the Vatican isn't merely awaiting tribulation, it's preparing for internal survival, if needed. Within the sealed Doctrine library, theologians are said to study patterns of spiritual deception. A list of criteria to identify false messiahs, guidelines to verify divine claims or miraculous events, protocols for imposing ecclesiastical discipline and excommunication on aberrant figures. A leaked memo reportedly refers to a global, false return of Christ. While many expect an external antichrist, Vatican doctrine anticipates modern technologies, social media, and global finance being used to control populations spiritually, and ensure that its hierarchy can act decisively when faith falters. But what is it preparing for? Some Vatican-authored papers reference biometric spiritual tracking, a system capable of identifying faithful and fallen individuals. They also consider the Church's role during this period, providing safe haven, underground networks, and spiritual guidance even when operating from exile. The Vatican fears that knowledge of internal spiritual failure during tribulation would cause more spiritual damage than the events themselves. Or will they remain locked away, only illuminated by the cross of tribulation? Where does the Vatican prepare? Remote monasteries across Italy and Eastern Europe have reportedly been reinforced. Hidden archives and radio transmitters maintained on mountain peaks, sacred relics and papal regalia moved to undisclosed vaults for protection. A council of last days, made up of cardinals and theologians, standing ready to issue decrees independent of a pope. None of this is public, but insiders speak of regular discreet meetings and silent oaths taken every decade. Several modern popes are known for their eschatological concerns. John Paul II, late in his papacy, called for prayer against deception and false prophets. Benedict XVI warned of spiritual cunning in Western culture. Pope Francis, in confidential addresses, referred to unnameable threats capable of undermining the faith from within. According to hidden sources, these weren't general warnings, they were confirmations of doctrinal documents prepared decades earlier. Why hide it? Disclosure risks panic, faith collapse, or schism. By keeping these doctrines secret, the Vatican aims to control the narrative, preserve unity. As the Vatican watches, it prepares. A test of faith? A final judgment? Or divine intervention? Will these hidden doctrines be revealed when the Great Apostasy begins? Only time will tell.